Welcome to the show. It's Friday night. It's time for the Dusty News Network here on the Debsterism channel. This is where we get together and make fun of all the crazy people on the internet that you guys are really good at finding and sending in like screenshots of their wackadoodleness, their crazy memes, comments. I'm telling you, it just never ceases to amaze me. I started looking back in my archives to see, okay, how long has it been since we've been doing this? It was the end of May that we started doing it. It's like I started doing this thinking it was just gonna be a little summertime thing. And here it is, like almost the new year, and we're still rolling strong. So hey everybody, welcome back to another Friday night show. Feel free to send out the link to people that you think might be interested in laughing along with us. This looks bright. What's wrong with my lighting? I cannot get the lighting right lately. It just looks crazy all the time, but whatever. As long as you can see me. You see some newbies? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I have to look closer. But anyway, let's go and get started because we have a full deck and it looks like we got 5 Savage Awards tonight. So let me uh, get started. I said I'm confused because I switched the screens. Usually I had a chat over here and a screen over here, but I switched them. And now I'm confused on where to look. Okay, let's see. Slideshow. Here we go. All right. You guys ready? Ready to see what you all sent in this week? Let's go. All right. You know, why is it? And I used to say this all the time because I would had a whole collection of stuff for that I collected from Facebook of our people who cannot spell. They cannot spell. They are a little bit too hooked on phonics. So they be sound. If it sounds like what they're trying to say, that's good enough. All right. So here we go. It's like none of my dogs got fuckboy tendencies. He says tendencies. Tennessee's. I was like, wow. Oh, I didn't even know what to say. Oh my goodness. Young man, did you not go to school at all? I mean, you know, start to say snort. I didn't even know what to say. I just uh I just stared at it and then I fell out laughing. Okay, yeah, it's starting off badly, Kim, and it's just gonna get worse. So hold on to your seat, ladies. It's just going to get worse. Okay, now here's another one. I decided to put the two spelling ones together for, the double whammy. So I'm at work and I'm asking this motherfucker to spell out his email address, right? This motherfucker gonna say L as in elbow. And I'm just sitting there staring like, oh my goodness. My goodness. L as in elbow. Hmm. Y'all, if y'all got kids, please do not let them grow up and be dumb like this. Sit them down at the table while you are cooking and make them learn spelling. Spelling and reading are fundamental to children's success in this world. So, I just don't let this be your kid. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. This dude, now this is what they call it. Uh, there's a word for it. But anyway, he's certainly in his feelings because he says women always closing their eyes during eggplant because you bitches never want to see a man happy. Oh my God. Dude, for real? For real, for real. So you so anxious to not see a man happy that you close your eyes during the festivities. That's his point of view. I didn't even know, what to say about that bitterness. Shut up, Diana. Diana said that his breath probably stank. Oh, you guys are out of control. Okay, now it's starting to get real. Okay, enough of the fun and nonsense. This clown right here. Okay, first of all, this guy this runs this site here, Black Men Against Feminism. I guess it's a page. I don't know on Facebook maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's dissect this nonsense. Okay, he says sisters have murdered. Look, he put murdered in caps now. Murdered 19 million fetuses since 1973, but never murdered the KKK or their egos towards their own men. He says. Never. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay. First of all, young lad, why are you sitting on the internet making up stuff? And so unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are stupid and they think that if it's on the internet, it must be true. They had some company had a series of commercials like that, and it featured people that were that dumb, and they said, "Well, it was on the internet, so it's got to be true." And this is one of those things where he's coming out with something just pulling out his ass, I guess. I don't know where he's getting this from, but there's no way to know the amount of terminations that have been from anybody. Because, if you have private insurance, it's not going to be recorded like that. And it's all about how the doctor puts it down. He could say that it's, something else. DNC, spontaneous miscarriage. It could be like, recorded all kind of ways. Or it could be something that, she did intentionally. Or it could be something that was done to her. Somebody punched her in the belly or something. Okay, so there's no way to know this number anyway. That's my point. So then he says, but they never murdered the KKK or their egos towards their own men. What KKK have you murdered? Y'all didn't even go after George Zimmerman, and he was blatantly in your face about stuff. All these cops and stuff, they walk around here just fine. Y'all ain't done shit to them. But you want to talk about what women don't do. You bitch. You little punk bitch. That's what you are. You sitting around here on the internet trying to sound profound and putting up trash like this to try to demean black women. And they need to murder their egos towards your own. No, we don't. No, we don't. You know what we need to do? We need to go up and down the street laughing at people like you. That's what we need to do. We need to form a contingent plan where we have a parade and we just drive through the neighborhood just laughing, laughing, laughing at you. We need to take pictures of every clown that tries to holler at us on the street and post it on a website and laugh at how desperate and thirsty you are. We need to, every time you use the word submit, you need to have a punch through the computer into your big fat face. That's what you need. Nobody needs to murder their ego. You need to find some balls. That's what you need to do. If you have a woman that has an ego and you're a man with some balls, then that wouldn't bother you. You would feel like she was the right woman for you. But since you're so weak and pussified and threatened by a woman who's got her stuff together and who's confident, that means you're the bitch here, sir. You're the bitch. So you need to understand what your role is and stay in your envelope. That's what you need to do. So let us move on. You know that shit pissed me off. Yeah, honey, not only is Zimmerman still alive, he's looking all young and fresh, getting facials and manicures and pedicures and shit. Going around threatening people and just doing the most. And still breathing and looking quite healthy. He hasn't even gotten a beat down. Nothing. They haven't touched him. But they'll do everything to women. They'll do all kind of stuff to women. But to somebody who's actually a threat, they don't do shit to them. So this is up here talking about what women need to do. Yo, bitch ass men. That's why you don't get no respect. Now, this guy says, okay, now keep in mind, okay, wasn't the other one just complaining because sisters don't want to have their kids? Now, here come one that says, if a woman can't give me the opportunity to have a baby, I will not give her the opportunity for my full commitment. Okay, not a wife, okay, not some, my life partner, my this and that. She hasn't given the opportunity to have a baby. And this is the nonsense that they do. So it's like if you have a baby, you're a single mother and you're trash. If you get an abortion and you don't have a baby, then you're an abortionist and you're trash. Thank you, princess. Yes, girl, because Monday is the day. The henny day is going to be a trip. And then if you decide that you want to use birth control and you don't even want to, broach that subject with someone that you're not married to and ready for a family, then now you don't even, you eliminate it altogether. So it's like, if you notice, ladies, no matter what you do, you're going to be considered to be trash and wrong and bad and, not something that these guys want. So my solution to that is for you to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Okay, do what you want to do. Don't worry about them. 'Cause if you to doing what you not doing something or doing what you think is going to get their approval, you are going to be forever messed up. Just forever messed up. So, I just don't know what to say about dude, but he just feels like, well, you know what this means? That means bear, right? That means bear. No birth control, correct? And but like I said, he's not saying anything about, his responsibility there or what he's going to be doing with this child, what he's going to be doing with the child's mother, any kind of framework for, sensible framework to raise a family. None of that is on the table. All he's talking about is the baby and the opportunity, which means he's going to be running up in you bare and doing that with every woman that, he feels like he can give a commitment to. That's what he's saying. And I'm thinking, wow, you're just CD. And you know what that means. It ain't certificate of deposit. In case you were confused, let me just make that clear. Let's move on. This shit was funny. Dude got dude got gamed on. And this guy says that his uncle went back to the Dominican Republic for Christmas and the baby mama slash girlfriend, who is now his wife, surprised him with a wedding. And he is livid. Look at Unc. Look at Unc looking all kinds of mean about the face. Cute little kids. He got all them damn kids, and you just now getting married and left to have the people all in the DR while you and wherever you was and just living it up. He got his butt fixed now. Look at the bride just grinning. I was rolling. Yep, Keita. That's what he wants to do, create a bunch of baby mamas. So then what? You're going to get talked about on the internet for that. But this guy, his baby mama got tired of being a baby mama, so when he came to town, she put him in a suit and slapped him up there, and he's Mr. Husband, and whether he wanted to be or not. And you got look at all them damn kids he got with this woman. No, you need to be married, trash. He's trash. I mean, I'm glad she wanted to marry him. I guess she just wanted her kids to have, be legit or whatever. But I don't know. I don't understand women that have more than one kid by a child. My grandfather used to say this. This is my grandfather used to say, you know, once is an accident, twice is a habit. And so when you got somebody got three, four, five kids by the same man, and he ain't showing no kind of interest in making it, like legal and stuff to provide not just you but his children. Thanks, Angelica. The legal protections under the law that a married woman and a father who acknowledges his children under the law and provides them with his social security and all this other stuff. I mean, there's a certain thing that you get there that you don't get just being a shacking up baby mama. You can do it, but you got to go through all kind of legal maneuvers. They got to write wills and paper designate stuff and do all stuff. And niggas ain't doing that. But if you're the wife, everybody has to acknowledge it, whether they want to or not. And you don't have to go through all them changes. Your kids are protected automatically. So, and so are you. So there's advantages to that. And you got a man who doesn't want to provide those to you, but you keep having baby after baby after baby, then I got to look at you and be like, what the fuck is your problem? What the fuck are you thinking? What you doing? Why are you doing it? What you just hoping that one time you're going to have like this next baby going to make him flip and become what you want him to be? I don't know. I don't get that. But here she is with her 4 kids, and she finally got, got the wedding that she wanted. I couldn't do it. Now um, this lady is talking about. She says one time I saw this old couple in Walmart, and I asked them how long they've been married, and they had said, 63 years. And she asked them how they did it, and the lady says forgiveness. And so anyway, she goes through this whole story talking about, don't expect perfection from your man. It's from your man, your spouse. It ain't gonna always be sweet. And fuck people. What people talking about? If you love them, forgive them, and keep building. Okay, now with the references to Cardi B and that piece of trash man that she married that cheated on her, and she put a $500,000 in the refrigerator for his birthday. And so that's what she's talking about. She's referencing that forgiveness stuff. And I don't know how I feel about that. I feel, it's just, I just really have a challenge with marrying someone who already fucked up before you even say I do. How are they showing you that they're ready for the kind of deep commitment and devotion and loyalty that is required of a strong marriage? Where's that being demonstrated? And that's the part that bothers me, and it's really sad. You have these young ladies thinking that they can just forget that part because they chasing that ring. The ring means nothing if you don't have the man's heart, the loyalty and commitment. It's just a ring. May as well get one out the Cracker Jacks box. You know, she's still young. You don't have to be young and dumb. It's a difference between being young chronologically and being stupid. Because there are a lot of very young women that are smart. There's a lot of older women in their 40s, 50s, and even older that's still pygmicious and stupid as hell. So age really doesn't have anything to do with it. It has to do with that woman's perception of herself and how she wants to roll through the world and what value she places on her time, energy, body, and love and all of that kind of stuff. If she don't think it's worth too much, then she gonna settle for shit like this. If she thinks she's worth more, then that kind of thing is unsuitable for her. It doesn't meet her standards, and it's nothing that she would stick with. So that's something I probably need to talk about at some point, and I will do that. Now this was like I don't even know what level of dust this is, like 799. I just how look what is this outfit that she has on, like lingerie at a baby shower? And that's this little boy. She got a little boy and his mama's up here pregnant and half naked in a picture with the man that's not his daddy. That's the I guess stepfather to be or baby daddy to be. I don't know what his title is to tell you the truth, but he the daddy of the new baby, and she feel like she came up because he owns a strip club or something. And here's the little boy. Look at his mother do all this stuff, and look. I'm like, what are you guys thinking? What are you doing? I don't understand. But she all proud. I mean, if you read the caption, and she just feels like he just better because the little boy's daddy, the first little boy, the oldest one right there in the picture, his daddy's doing a bid for 25, and he locked up. He's not getting out no time soon. And so she with this dude. I mean, it's a nice looking guy. He's big, handsome. Evidently got a little change. And she just feel like she came up because she was the owner of a strip club. I don't know if I want to do all that, but that's not me. I would not want to be with my giant pregnant belly on the internet like that. Not like it's anything to be ashamed of, don't get me wrong. But do you have to do all that nudity looking stuff to represent yourself at a baby shower and your happiness at having a um, new family? So she in this one, she's the Dusty. Okay. She is the straight Dusty, and that's all there is to it. Oh, here they are, ladies, talking about this guy. He has some page called Operation Black Marriages. And he says it's not a good look for a queen to have a gold digger's mindset. This queen's message is powerful. And so this girl here, and we've had some things on this show from her before, and I'm like, this chick is like the most sucking up pick Misha I've ever seen on the internet. And she's like, I'm not looking for a man with money, a fancy car, a big house. I'm looking for loyalty. We can get all that other stuff together. No, you can't. No, you cannot. If that man is not already on that path to getting those things or already has them, you are wasting your time, especially if the man is in his 30s or beyond. You can't raise no 30 something year old man. He is what he is. That laying the foundation stuff is what dudes do when they're in their 20s. Okay. And by they're in their 30s, it starts coming to fruition. In their 40s, it has manifested. Okay, if not mid to late 30s, it's manifested. If you gotta have a guy who's in his mid 30s and he don't have shit going on, he's never gonna have shit going on. You're wasting your time. Either that or you're gonna be taking care of him. I mean, that's the reality. Okay, he just fucking around. And you gonna be sitting up there talking about we can get it together. You know what's gonna be happening? You're gonna be busting your ass and he gonna be sitting up there riding on your coattails like Mary J's husband did. That's what's gonna happen to you. Cause you dumb. And you looking for a man that don't have no money? He don't have a I didn't, a fancy car. Well, I mean, don't have to be fancy, but he does need to have one. And or a big house, maybe not, but it better be a nice enough size for some family to live in. But he gonna move you into a Section 8 apartment? I mean, what? What are you talking about here, lady? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand women, trading themselves for some dust bunny man like that. Anyway, and so this guy, he's co-signing on that, that build a bear nonsense, by trying to put women down who don't want to do that. They want a guy who's already on that path, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's gonna prove to you what kind of man he is, and that's what you're looking at. He's telling you, this is my program. Look at what I've already established. Yeah, we can go further and further faster with both of us doing it, but I'm already doing it by myself. Now, if this is a program you want to join me on, then come on. If not, then thank you for your time. That's how it should be done. So he's gonna be doing what he's doing whether you there or not. He's not waiting for you to come along and help him. And that's what she's promoting. That's some bullshit. Cause then he's never doing nothing. Yeah, America is doomed. This kind of mentality. These women are something's wrong with them. And all this thing where they feel like they have to help these men. It's like, and it's only black men, black women who have that mentality too. Like they have to hold a man's head like he's a child, a toddler, and help him cross the street to the other side. I'm not helping the motherfucker do shit. I might cook or something like that, but I'm not, Don't be looking for me to help you become the man that you trying to be. You need to do that shit on your own. You and your daddy, you and your brothers, you and your other male friends, your banker, your lawyer, whatever. You handle that. That's what men do. They handle their shit. They don't sit up there and wait for some woman to help them do anything. If I have to help you do it, then you a bitch. Okay? And I'm not trying to be with no bitch. I'm not gay. So that ain't gonna work for me. Let's move on. Here's another one that's promoting, something other than, well, it basically is promoting financial struggle love. That's what it's doing. And they always try to make black women feel guilty for not accepting a broke, dusty man. You're a gold digger. You don't want to help a brother. You don't support a black king. You not a ride or die. You this, you that. Something's wrong with you because you want him to come to you like a man should, standing on his own 2 feet, showing you how he's going to take care of you and any children that the two of you create together. He's instead coming to you like, Mommy, take care of me and help me, come up and help me be the man that I need to be. That is such a turn off. Oh my God. I mean, like, who would want to be with a man like that? That just would not turn. That's such a turn off to me. And I'm not into kitties. I'm not the kitty thing. No. So if I feel like you acting like a child, like you want me to treat you like I'm your mother, and help you and do all the stuff for you and stuff, that's a turn off. I need to see my man out there hitting it and hitting it hard. And then that's what causes me to have more respect for him. But you sit up there whining and crying and look for me to help you all the damn time. No. Shit, if I wanted all that, I would have had more kids. Fuck that. Okay, now OG Ron, see me and OG Ron is on that same page. He says one person's trash is not always the next person's treasure. Sometimes the motherfucker is just trash, and he's right. That's my point of view. Like, well, he might be trash trash to somebody, but where's that somebody, that mysterious individual? They ain't showed up yet, so maybe that just means you just trash, and that's just all it is to it. But folks want to make themselves feel better about you rejecting them, so they say that, you know, that they're treasure, and then you just be looking at them like, no, you ain't. So that's something to think about, ladies. Sometimes I think, people try to there's this phrase, this pressure that they try to put on women, right? And they tell you, sometimes you have to look for the good in people. That's what they tell you. Now, why do you have to do that? I've been trying to figure that out since I was about 12 years old and first heard that phrase. Why do I have to do that? Why can't I just accept that this person has presented themselves to be garbage, toxic, stupid, hateful, mean, a bully, an opportunist, a user, a narc, whatever. Why do I have to try to massage their behavior around to something where I make excuses for it and accept them anyway? Why do I have to do that? And I always wanted to know the answer to that question, and I'm still waiting to get the answer. And nobody, as a child, I've started asking why. Why, mommy? Why, auntie? Why, teacher? Why? And nobody's ever been able to answer that question, why. They just said, well, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, like, who told you that? Where did you get that from? What law is that? Who made that a rule? That's the kind of child I was. My mind was always active and I always had questions. Well, why? What's the benefit? What benefit is it to you to accept that kind of stuff from somebody? And I haven't been able to find it. I haven't met anybody who can tell me what the benefit is to a woman to do that. And so I don't. It's like if you show to me that you don't have my best interest at heart, that you're trash, you're trifling, you a bum, you say rude and crude, nasty things to me, you don't treat me with the respect that I deserve, I'm done. It's a wrap. And I don't need to find the good in you. Because as far as I'm concerned, there is none. And I'm not going to waste my time looking for it. Instead, I'm going to go find somebody who presents themselves as good. And it's like a big shining light, like a spotlight on them of goodness. And I'm like, oh, look, there's somebody who's good. And I'm going to go walk my little self on over there. So I don't know. I understand that. And, like, all of you hear this, in your churches and whatnot. And so you kind of adopt these little attitudes and these frames as being factual, these sayings rather. But I want you to sometimes, stop and think like I did as a kid and think, but why though? Who said? And how's that going to help me? Be selfish. Think about stuff sometimes. All right, so let's move on from this. That's enough of my soapbox. Now this, I thought about this and I'm like, this is kind of true because I have heard women say that. I need a man who, will tell me about myself. I need a man who put me in my place. I need a man who this and that. And it's like they want this man to be regulating on them or something. I don't know. Yes, desiccated. Desiccated liver is a is a popular supplement. Yeah, I don't know. Why would you want a man to put you in your place? Don't you know how to put yourself in your place? What? I've never understood this either. I've always looked at women crazy who said things like that. It's like, where did you get this from? Who told you this nonsense? Why can't you regulate on yourself? Why do you need some man to try to, check you and stuff? And look at his response here. He's like, I'll put you in your place in the trash can where you belong because your ass is garbage. And I'm sorry, ladies, but if that's the kind of stuff, the attitude that you have, that kind of is where you belong, in the trash can. Come on now. We headed into 2020 and you still talking some 1712 shit about how man needs to lead you and guide you and put you in your place and smack you down and tell you about yourself and all this kind of stuff. Do you have no maturity to where you can do that and yourself, to yourself, for yourself? Woo, I'm telling you, these memes, these this week, um, they were very thought provoking, not necessarily in a good way either. But they, inspired me to say, okay, I need to talk about this because of the attitudes that the memes are projecting. They're attitudes that women really have. And so, yes, it's amusing, yes, it's funny in a certain sick way, but since people, so many women really have this mentality, is it really laughable? No, I don't think so. And so that's why this one made the cut. Now this dude, I'm like, oh, he's like, I hate humans, bro. I should have been a rug or some shit. Like, dude, for real. That's what he feels like. He should have been a rug because I don't know why. He just hates humans. Thought, wow, I didn't even know what to say, but I thought this was kind of interesting, and so I included it. Not too much to say. Firestar, that is very interesting. hmm I agree. That is true. Okay, let's move on. Oops. Okay, okay, okay. This is why, okay, I'm going to tell you all something. I think I have turned into a germaphobe or one of those kind of people that's, crazy about germs because when I have to ride on public transportation, them little surgical rubber gloves, the little like clear looking ones, I will put them bad boys on before I get anywhere near the bus. Because you know how you have to hold, if you stand up, you holding on to the poles and stuff, right? And you have to touch the door and stuff to get off and everything. Oh my God. I carried those in my commute bag and I would put them bad boys on. And then when I got off, immediately off before I touched my keys, my anything that was mine, my car, steering wheel, anything, I would take them things off the way that my mother showed me. My mom was a nurse and she would take one and she would take it and she would roll it and then she would take that tip of the other hand and roll the other one off and they would roll them into like a little ball and chuck them in the garbage so you never touch the external part of the glove where it actually touched something. I'm telling you, that's what I would do every freaking day. I would not touch the stuff. And you know why I didn't do it? And look at this nasty shit here. My grandmother, I'm telling you, she was the worst. Way before they had like these Lysol wipes and stuff that they have now, right? My grandmother used to carry alcohol prep pads in her purse that she used to get from her doctor. The doctor would order them for her, like, an extra case, and she carried them. And so, like, if we got on the bus like that, she would be wiping stuff down before we sat on it with her alcohol prep pads and to wipe all the bacteria and germs and viruses and stuff off. That's what she would do. So I learned that from her, but I'm telling you, I don't. Ever since I was on BART one time and I saw this guy, you know how people do this where they blow their nose like that, and he blew it into his hand, and then he wiped it on his pants, and then he held the pole that you. Ever since I saw that, I was like, and after that, I wear them little rubber gloves. I'm telling y'all, don't touch none of your shit. That will keep you from getting sick, keep you from getting like, what's the shit where you get your eye all fucked up? Runny noses, all kind of rashes and shit. You get all kind of stuff from public transportation. I don't touch nothing. I'm just like, ew. And I never knew I was like that until I saw that guy do that. I was so gross. And it was all kind of yellow and green and shit. Oh, oh, oh. I was so grossed out. And he just, and then was touching touching the pole like it was nothing. Yeah, pink eye. Conjunctivitis. That's the medical name for it. Conjunctivitis. And it's just gross. And if you get the viral kind, you could be fucked up for weeks. The bacterial kind, they have drops. The viral kind, you just got to suffer through it. Mm-mm. I be looking all fucked up. Yeah, look at this. Got his ass all on the seat. And some innocent, unsuspecting person's gonna come and sit on there and then go sit in that same seat, that when they same seat in their car or something. Or in their, no, no. And I'm telling you, it makes you want to just travel in public transportation in a hazmat suit. Nasty fuckers. Oh my God. Look at him, and his pants is way down too. Ugh. Okay, now this chick here, Kayla Black, says, warning, this might be a touchy subject. Riddle me this. Why keep a child if the man states he cannot afford or want a child? Why talk down on the same man that told you he wasn't ready when he isn't there for the kid? Why go to the government if you couldn't take care of it yourself and a kid alone? Why ruin his life? Sometimes you be understanding and considerate so you don't end up struggling and complaining. Now, on that bottom paragraph, I agree with her about, setting yourself up to struggle and have problems because you insisted on having a child with a man that you already, know that you ain't going to really be with and he ain't shit. That part I agree with. However, we have the other flip of the coin where the guys do talk about it, and then just once she gets pregnant, then suddenly he want to dip out and he ain't ready and all this kind of stuff. See, my thing is this. Everybody in this world past the age of 12 knows how babies get here. Okay, so dude, your mouth is saying you ain't ready, you don't want to be this baby daddy, but you busy fucking fertile women with, no protection. That's what you're doing. And so then you gambling. You gambling with your sperm. And then your sperm hit pay dirt. And then the next thing you know, 9 months later, it's a baby. And then you sit up there talking about, well, I didn't want to be a daddy. Motherfucker, yes, you did. Because otherwise you would have strapped up. Or otherwise you would have only messed with somebody who had a hysterectomy or something and couldn't get pregnant. Had her tubes tied. Something. You would have done something. Or you would have got yourself a vasectomy. Problem solved. But see, since you didn't do any of those things, and you know that's how babies are made, for you to turn around later and say, well, I didn't want a baby, motherfucker, yes, you did. You lying. Because you did everything possible in this world, all the steps necessary to make that happen. So don't sit up there talking about you didn't want it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But, you ladies, you ain't married to this motherfucker. You know he ain't shit. You just started messing with him. He got 2 or 3 other kids he ain't paying child support for or seeing or something. What the fuck are you doing? You know what you doing? Get your ass on some birth control or hop your ass up on the abortion table and make that magic happen. You don't need to be bringing a bunch of babies in this world with some dusty ass men. The kids don't have no daddy, don't have no money, grew up all fucked up. What you doing? So from that perspective, you know what I mean? I agree with her, but I'm not going to do what she's doing and excuse the men and saying, why you want to ruin his life? No, his dick ruined his life. That's what he let his dick run his world, and his dick did that to him for him. He did that all by himself. So see, that part of what she's talking about is some bullshit. Now this might be a touchy subject. You're supposed to say, niggas, you say you don't want no baby, then what the fuck you doing? Your words need to match your actions. Your mouth is saying it, but your behavior is saying something completely different. So she, like I said, she on some bullshit. So then this one, she's a dusty one. And then any man who follows along with the script and think that what she's talking about makes any sense, he's dusty too. So there you go. So everybody connected with the shit is dusty. Now this was funny. What's an orgasm? She says. And young dude says, well, it's when you fold paper to look like birds and shit. He's talking about origami. I used to know how to do that. I took some classes out at the Japanese tea garden in San Francisco. They had classes in one summer, and I went. And now, when you have a man who is this clueless, that means that if you went to sleep with him, you would have a problem, ladies, because he would not know what the fuck he was doing. He would not know what he doing. And that would be, that would be a problem. That's all I'd have to hear. I'd be like, yo, yeah, okay, I need to go now. I need to go. I got to go. There's nothing here for me. Oh, poor little Tink Tink. Now, this chick was tripping. She's like, if we're going on a date and you don't have to pay for my babysitting and a to-go box meal for my child, we're not going. And then she says, I said what I said. Why should my baby daddy or I have to come out of our own? My baby daddy and you going on a date. I'm so confused. Okay, so then the two guys digging in her butt about it, saying, but if he expects some that night, then he's out of line, huh? And some dude says it sounds like she's selling. Okay, now let's dissect this. If you're a man and you want to take a woman out and she's don't really have too much money and you insist you want to go out with this particular woman and she needs some help with the babysitting cost, which is kind of expensive, um would you not offer to at least pay part of it? Remember, you wanted her to go out with you. Otherwise she could just not go out with you and stay at home or go out with someone else, but you wanted that to happen. And so would that really be that big of a deal? Say it costs $40 and you plop down 20. I mean, y'all spend more than that on a round of drinks with you and your boys. You know what I mean? That's not a big deal to most guys if they got some money, 20, $30. Now, the concept is good. I have to say, it would be much appreciated. It would show thoughtfulness and a true desire to spend time with that lady. You want to make sure her kids are safe, they're covered, they're, at home and comfortable and all this kind of stuff. She can't afford to do it. So kick in a few bucks to help and make that happen. Okay, that's thoughtful and considerate, like I said. But to sit there and demand it, that's a whole new bag of tricks. What I used to do when I was dating my daughter was little, if I couldn't get my aunt or cousin to watch her and I had to pay a babysitter, I would tell him I could only stay out for 2 hours because that's how much I could afford, you know. And sometimes, if the guy wanted you to stay out later, he's like, well, that's your babysitter. I said, yeah. Well, ask her if she can stay later and I'll pay the difference. So then you call. She says, well, I can stay another hour or two. Or, yeah, no problem. And he'd be like, how much more is it? And I tell him and then he would cover that. You see what I mean? So it wasn't like we went out on the date looking for that, but he would like be enjoying himself and he'd want me to stay longer and I'd be like, that's the limit. That's my financial limit. I can't do anymore. I need to go. And they don't want you to go, and so that's when that would happen. But for most dudes, 2 hours, especially on the first or second date, that's long enough. Shit, how long you take to eat? Come on now. And but these dudes talking about, but if he wants something, nigga, how you gonna want something for paying for a babysitter and a box and a $3.99 box thing for a kid? You tripping? You must think folks is seriously low budget, but whatever. But anyway, that's how it worked for me, and I found several different guys did that, and that was their approach. And we had a good time, and that they were being thoughtful and considerate. They had the money, I didn't. They want to stay out more. I mean, I could, but I couldn't afford it. So that's how that rolled. Now here we go. Why are men having such problem in the bedroom? Have you guys noticed that? A lot of these memes as we've gone through for week after week focus on their lack of finesse and skill in the bedroom. They have very little knowledge of female anatomy and physiology. It's kind of sad. So this guy, is going on and on talking about all what we don't have and we don't this and we don't care and all the stuff. And so this dude just sums it up because he's like me. Well, let's just see what's really going on here is you can't fuck. And so you're mad because no woman wants to give you none. So that's why you talking all this, what we don't have to do, we can't this and all this stuff. Because if you was getting that dick rocked, you wouldn't be talking all that shit. You just be grinning. And so dude just busted him out. Just straight busted him out. Yes, James is a savage. He sure is. And he just gave no fucks and just like totally slammed dude. I don't know about that, Ken's and B, because I mean, maybe the daddy don't want to be bothered. You know, a lot of them don't want to be bothered with their kid. They come by and spend 15 minutes with it, and then they get up and walk out the door. They not trying to be like, babysitting and whatnot, and had a kid all by themselves. They not trying to do all of that. Plus, it depends on the age of the child. Okay, so let's move on from this. But yeah, I love that how James just like busted him out. Okay, now I don't remember who sent this, but I was horrified. Horrified. Just totally, totally horrified about this thing right here. Um, Talking about how a woman is, so um, powerful and strong and, in control and yet misunderstood by other people. She goes her own way and she lives her life for the best and all this stuff, all these positive things. And then she ends it with, but will drop to her knees and devote her life for the love of her dominant, and that she's an alpha submissive, whatever that is. And I'm like, that's an oxymoron. Alphas aren't submissive. Alphas can be cooperative, in a situation where you getting as good as you give. Think we can do that, but we're not submissive. I'm not gonna be on my knees to nobody, no damn body for no reason. So I'm just looking at this like, wow, and look how he's got his hands on her throat, like choking the shit out of her. And so I'm like, okay, what is this? And what's wrong with girlfriend? Why is she all drawn on like that? That's not cute. I don't understand that. But, this was a very disturbing thing for me to see. And, the way that it's framed, it makes it sound like, this is a good thing because the woman has all these positive attributes and yet she's supposed to still be submissive to some scrawny looking hotep motherfucker. No. No. Yeah, he's choking her. That's my point. Choking the shit out of her. So I don't know what the message, and she had some other promotional stuff on here talking about herself, and I deleted all of that because I'm like, no, there's something wrong with you that you would think that this is something appropriate to put out in the internet for black women to even look at. This is some bullshit. So you guys, you don't get on your knees for no motherfucker no. That's some shit that's left over from slavery. They just want to be the slave master and having you bowing down to them like, you're the slave and now they the master. No, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, he's looking like a hotep. All the men with them old goddamn them Moses beards. I hate that shit. And sticking out there looking like birds could be living up in that bitch. I don't like those kinds of beards. They just look nasty to me. I started thinking about all the bacteria and that shit you've been eating and doing whatever you've been doing and all of that. No, don't touch me. Get away from me. It's bacteria flying off of that sucker. Now, yeah, the lady boss say dominate your dust. Oh, I don't know what it is, Greta, because it's not necessarily framed that way. She's talking about, just regular black women. Not it's just not framed that way. I understand that, and that's what I thought too. But then I was reading the text, and the text doesn't match that mentality. So it's not what she's really talking about. So here we go with the phone, and this is me, honey, because you know what I'm talking about. I don't like them kind of beards. And everybody wearing them, looking around here looking like they need to be like toting the Bible and wearing some Grecian sandals. Um, I'm sorry, the person you're trying to reach is no longer accepting your bullshit. Please try your number again. Yeah, I was reading that natural beauty. because the dogs get bathed more often. I don't know. I'm just like, nah, nah. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you. Let's talk, girl. And then they want to be trying to kiss you, right? And then, when they beard be scratching your face and you end up with a rash and shit and all that. No, see, that means you have bacteria on your shit and your shit done rashed me up and now we're done. It's a wrap. I'm not trying to be around you. Get away from me. And wash your face off with some damn Lysol then maybe. But I know. I'm done. I'm good. But I love this one though. I'm like, shoot. I'm gonna make this my screensaver. Now this little dust bucket here, okay, so the girl says, oh, they talking or whatnot. And she's like, well, don't you got a girl? And the guy says back to her, if you can't fight, just say that. Oh my God. Okay, so you supposed to fight over this little dusty little roach? That's what you supposed to do. I I like, the kind of beard I like. I'm gonna tell you the kind of beard I like, and it's the kind of beard I like. Like if a man's got a nice face, especially he's got dimples, nice lips, and he got that kind of beard. I think they call it a goatee that goes like right here, like that. Cause see, when you wash your face, you wash that too. See, it's soap, water, stuff's happening. And it's low, right? It's not like that thing that's way down here. And so it's just, so he can wash it with soap and water every minute, often as he washes his face. Every time he brushes his feet, you hit it with some soap and water. So, see, that shit is clean. I don't mind that. But once they start getting all this over here, especially if they got acne and shit, no. That means something's wrong. And there's like your face is bacteria laden, and so is your beard. A lot of dudes that have a beard because they have all the acne shit that's going on underneath it. Well, see, that's that skin problem with some bacteria and shit in there. And I'm not trying to don't get away from me because some of that pus and whatever's in there is gonna be leaking out from your beard here, and you're gonna be rubbing it on my beautiful skin. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not doing that. I'm telling you, maybe I never knew I was a germaphobe until recently, but I'm telling you, there are just certain things I just will not do. And I want to see some soap and water. You better be smelling like soap and water coming around me. All right, so here we go. Let's go back to this. Do you want somebody to fight over his dusty little ass? No, sir. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Now, I put this red highlighter on here because I wanted to reinforce the part about what women do when we're ready to break up. Because everybody knows we handle stuff different. When we reach that point where we're just totally indifferent to you, there's just no emotion whatsoever, it's over. It's over. We're done here, sir. And it's like, you don't care what he does. You don't care if he lives, if he breathes, if he comes home, if he doesn't, if he eats shit and dies or not, if he's fed, if he's hungry, if he's sick, if he's dying, if his mama's sick, if she's dying. You just don't care. You're totally neutral on dude. As they say, I'm cool on you. It's that feeling of I just give no fucks about you at all. I don't care enough about you to get angry. I'm not going to get happy about nothing about you. I'm not going to get sad about nothing about you. I just don't care. Right? When we reach that point where we don't know, we ain't complaining about nothing, is because we don't give a shit. Dudes should know that means it's a wrap. So anything that you come trying to talk about after that, it's not going to happen, sir. It's over. She already gave you all the chances that she's going to give you. You fucked it up. And now it's done. It's over. Get your shit and get out. That's the smartest thing that you could do. Yeah, you don't care. Mama dying, grandmama dying, those don't matter. Be like, oh, well, she always talking about Jesus. I guess they about to meet. I mean, what you want from me? It don't have nothing to do with me. But yeah, that's what they do. Because they want to, try to break you down and make you feel like it's your fault that you did something wrong. We're not going to go through all them changes. We just gonna be chill on you, and you just do whatever the fuck you want to do. Whatever. Nobody cares. Okay, now here we go. You know, because the income taxes are right around the corner. People will be getting their W-2s and do them instant filings where they get them advances from H&R Block and stuff based on their anticipated tax returns so they can get the money by January 15th and all this old stuff. Dude trying to talk his way into a Crown Vic. Ladies, if you got some man in your ear about your tax return, you know, why he even know that you getting one? See, that's the part that bothers me. Why do they know? Yeah, she about to meet Jesus. They about to shake hands and shit, have tea. Who gives a fuck? I don't know. I just don't care. But in this instance, this lady is about to get took. And a lot of y'all will do that because you have a big fucking mouth. You know, to let niggas see your taxes returns and shit. Let them have your PIN number. Let them know too much about your income and where your money go and how much you got in your savings and your 401k and how much you're going to get back on your taxes. Oh, Danielle, I thought I was seeing things. I leaned forward and looked at that. And I was like, wow, okay, well, Danielle just bought my bottle of Hennessy. Because, you know, I can't get the cheap kind. I have to get the good stuff. Because I only get it like once a year. Danielle, my girl. So that's what I hope you can come on Monday because that's when I'm going to be drinking it on camera. I hope I don't pass out because it's been so long since I had some. You know, you get too drunk, you go to sleep. But this right here, you guys, this right here, you know, please watch out for this. If you don't listen to nothing else I say, please stop telling men all your business, all your financial business, all your bills if he ain't paying them, all your income if he's not contributing it. So he doesn't need to know what you have. Okay, he don't need to have access to your bank account. That ain't your husband. He ain't putting no money in the account. What's he need to get something out for? Y'all need to be more, preserve yourselves and your resources better. Your shit is for you and your kids. If he ain't adding to it, then he don't need to be taking none. Okay, not even for a meal unless you invite him over. But he just keeps showing up thinking he gonna get a plate. No, nigga, show up with some bag of groceries and then you could eat. But other than that, no, don't just come over here with thinking I'ma feed you. My food is for, like I just tell niggas, my food is for me and my daughter. You want a plate? If I didn't invite you, you better walk in this door with a bag of groceries, and that means me and my daughter eating too, cause I'm going to cook and you got all the food. And so that was my rule. It's like shit, my food budget's not gonna suffer because of your hungry ass. So you guys be careful with this. This is the time when they gonna start hitting you with all the stuff they need. Studio time. They need some rims. They need some Jordans. They need some bling. They need whatever they're going to be needing. You keep your big mouth closed about how much money you're going to get. Don't be telling these niggas shit. White boys, Chinese, but nothing. I don't care what color they are. That's not the point. The point is that they are dusty opportunists and you keep your mouth closed. You know, if you have to open up a separate account and have the money put in that one so it'll never touch anything that he has access to. You got me? Put register the address at your job or something, at your mama's house. Use that address. Do something where no statements come to your house, nothing. Your money should be your money, okay? Now, this chick here, I think this is the one with that school for wifing or something. That name, I think that's her. Um, Now look at this bullshit. Now she comes up with some amazing nonsense, and I think the part that shocks me the most is how many women paid her money to teach them how to be a wife. I'm like, what? Why did you do that? Why would you pay her a dime? To be talked to like you have a tail. Because she's not on women's side. She doesn't do the stuff where she enriches your life and your being and makes you feel better and boosts your self-esteem and boosts your confidence and, kind of like lead you into a higher caliber of men. What she does is break you down and make you feel small so that you You end up with some old dusty ass fool just to be married. I would never do that to you. I think all of you deserve the very best that you can find. These knuckleheads that we be talking about on these shows and in these advice columns are not worth your time. They're not worth your wonderfulness. They don't deserve you. And if you believe that, then um, you will automatically eliminate a lot of these knuckleheads from your life. But you got some stuff like this, they're going to be pushing you in that direction just because they want you to have a quote husband. So here she is, you dogging out women. So she put all in caps, all. That means everybody, all of you, all of me too, are terrible leaders because all women seek to be loved before focusing on common sense and morality. If a woman's leading anything gets cheated on, every decision years after is dangerous, especially in PMS week. So she took women's emotions and desire for loyalty and commitment and use it against them. She took women's menstrual cycles, which they have no control over unless they had a hysterectomy, and use it against them. She took women's hormones, which they have naturally. If you believe in God, that's a gift from God. That's part of you being a woman, right? The cycle of life, menstruation, getting pregnant, having babies. I mean, that's all part of the childbirthing process of young womanhood. Okay, before that, you're adolescent, and then after that, you have menopause, so you don't do that anymore. But it's a cycle that women's bodies go through, and they call it the childbearing years, and this is a part of it. You cannot help it. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but that's what she's doing. She's making you try to make you use it against you. Like there's something wrong with you. You're deficient. You're wrong. You're bad because of PMS. Okay. Then she says that, it's something wrong with all women seek to be loved before focusing on common sense and morality. That is not true. Women do want to be loved, but the fact is that sometimes their desire to be loved is met with game, tricks, lies, and manipulation so that the guy presents himself as being loving when he's really not. He's just gaming on them. So I don't know where the morality part comes in. I don't understand where that is. But she's trying to say that because of these things that are innate in woman, which makes her different from men, which is what keeps the world on its axis, with woman's love, woman's heart, woman's caretaking, woman's nurturing, women's support, women's caring. That's what keeps this world in one fucking piece. Because if men were left to their own devices, they would have been destroyed this shit at a faster pace than what they're doing right now. But because of that, that's why there's life on this planet, and there continue to be because of the female of the species. And for her to turn around and say that women are terrible leaders, no, men are terrible leaders. If men set their asses down and followed what women led them to do, the world would change, and it would be full of love and concern and people caring about each other and supporting each other and taking care of each other and caring about the planet and all the life forms on it. The world would be a calm and wonderful and lovely place if men were not the leaders. That's what would happen. So she's got the shit all twisted and discombobulated. And so that's my long-winded explanation of her. Oops. Oh, I guess I put that one up in there twice. Okay. Oh, can we say bitter beta male syndrome? Bitter beta male syndrome here. Just all excited because the girl that keeps curving you and is curbing, not curving, that should be a B, my lad. Curb, kick to the curb, curbside, curb. Ends up heartbroken and a single mom. And that's gleeful about it. I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. Oh, yep, you are right. Let's talk music. It is because of men. Why whole animal species have gone extinct? Men. Why the planet is, half destroyed and global warming was going to kill us all? Men. Pollution? Men. Trafficking of humans, men. Drug trafficking, men. Prostitution, men. Child molesting, men. Every kind, slavery, men. Wars, men. Mass murderers, men. I don't know. It's just one of them things. Yeah, curbing. Yeah, I have a meme I made about 10 years ago, Miss Davis, about the bitter beta male syndrome. I have to find it and put it up on the community wall on the channel so y'all can see it. But yeah, it's very sad. Men are toxic to all life forms on this planet. They don't have to be. I'm not saying it's something that, they can't get over. But just judging by the behavior patterns and the attitude and the greed and the selfishness, they just have this mentality that they're the most important thing and everything else is secondary or far down the line. And it's just one of those things. So we all have to suffer for it. And this guy, so he's just gleeful that, some woman is suffering because she rejected him. It's like he cannot stand the fact that, um, somebody didn't want him. And so now he's like all happy that she's having some problems. Weirdo. Now, this guy's trying to tell you what's a date, lady. So you can't have your standards here. You cannot have standards. He says McDonald's a date. Sitting in the car talking is a date. Going on a picnic is a date. Watching Netflix is a date. And money does not make a date. Well, sir, I hate to break it to you, but even McDonald's costs money. When you go on a picnic, it costs money to buy the food that you're going to be sitting there eating and the whatever you're going to be drinking. All that costs money. Netflix costs money too every month. And the lights and electricity and the cable that you need to watch Netflix, what you think that's free? You just like falls down from the sky? No, you have to have internet, sir. You have to have internet, and that costs money. Electricity costs money, burning them lights costs money, and the TV that you watch it on costs money. So money does make a date. I don't know what you're talking about. The only thing you can do for free is like walk around the neighborhood or something. That's it. Sitting in the car talking. Well, you had to use your gas and you had to buy the car, so that costs money too. So I don't really understand his logic here, but I'm just breaking it down in case there's some stupid men in this audience that's saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you have to like go down to the bottom line for people because they just don't get it. Nothing on here is free. Everything costs money. Okay? You going on a picnic. I mean, you even got to drive to the picnic. You got to buy the blankets and shit. I mean, everything that you're eating, you're drinking, that you're laying on, and how you got there all costs money. There was people that got paid to maintain this park or wherever you going to have a picnic. That costs money too. Nothing in this world happens free. Okay, everything costs money. Yeah, I'm like, McDonald's is not even food. I'm telling y'all about that French fry I found in the backseat of my car when I sold it after 20 years. Set that sucker in some water and it looked brand fucking new. Now, this is a fact. I did this myself. That French fry wasn't even moldy. It just looked dried out, right? But I took it in the house and put it in some water. It plumped right up. I looked at it. I was like, this is not food. I don't know what this is. It scared the shit out of me. So, I felt bad for having fed my daughter Happy Meals when she was a little kid. And she hadn't had one for, 10 or 15 years by that point. But still, this was funny. I thought this was cute. My soulmate is probably out there, says Lawrence. Out there right now getting played. Come here, stupid, he says. I thought that was cute. Yeah, he does hot caramel, but even that costs money. I mean, you got to birth control costs money. Them sheets you on cost money. That mattress you bounce up and down on costs money. That apartment or house or condo or whatever, that costs money. I mean, everything in this world costs money. So I don't know what this dude is talking about. He just trying to be cheap and dusty. But once you break it down to him, it's like, no, motherfucker, this shit costs, and you're gonna pay some of it, and that's just how it's gonna be. But I thought this was cute. Come here, stupid. Now, this lady, come on, she's like, men said that they wouldn't spend a lot of money on a quote complete stranger, right? For a first date. They're the same men that don't mind asking to exchange bodily fluids with a quote complete stranger on a first date. And she's got a point, right? And it's like make it make sense. It's never going to make sense because you're talking dusty logic. Pound dusty logic. Dusty logic is the epitome of circular conversation that has no meaning, no end, no beginning, and it makes no damn sense. So I don't know what to tell you, girlfriend. You're correct. That is the thing about it. And they will tell you that they can't make a commitment. It's too early for that, but it's never too early to bone. So, you ladies need to think about this kind of stuff. Put it into context. And don't just be thinking about, the stuff that he's talking about. Think deeper. Because they going to fill your head with, dizzying numbers of words and just have you all kind of confused. But you got to slow that down and think. What's he saying? What is this? What does this make sense? Well, why is this? Why do you think that this is something that should fly? Let's see what he says. And this girl's like, have you noticed that the people who date our exes think we hate them? Relax. We don't even care. It's your turn to suffer. That's how I always felt about it. It's like you could have that nigga. I don't want him. Even some of the ones that weren't my exes, they were just, like dudes I kicked it with or something, you know what I mean, for a hot minute. And, we never got intimate. Nothing ever happened. Nothing ever jumped off. But it's, you know, the women who came after them, they were like, oh, you just his friend. And you could tell that they were suspicious. They thought that there was more to it. And they'd be looking, I'd just be looking at them like, girlfriend, don't you understand? If I wanted this food, I could have had him 10 times by now. I don't want him. And that's why we've never gone across that line. He's all yours. And they just didn't get it. They're feeling very insecure about it and stuff. And I'm like, because, when I was younger, I was much more cuter than I am now. And so they was just like so amazed that, we never got busy. I'm like, your man that you got right now, he don't meet my standards. And that's why he is not nothing I want. Let's move on. Okay, this is when you know that you got somebody who's super dumb, super dumb, super, super, super duper dumb. She's like, hey, Lamont, with this mean face, right? The little red, mean, mad face. And he's like, hey, Bookie, what's the mean face? And he's blowing her a kiss, because he's like, not, what you mean? And she's like, you gave me a fucking disease. And he's like, babe, what the fuck you talking about? I don't have any diseases. What the fuck? And she, with her dumb ass, this is why it's sad. This is why people need to stay in school and read and just learn things. This dumb buddy broad says, well, I just left the doctor's office and he said I got diabetes. And I ain't been fucking nobody. But so you had him given to me. You sorry, motherfucker? Your shit gonna be packed when I get home. You get the fuck out of my house. You sorry piece of shit. Okay, she don't know what diabetes is. Yeah, she dumb. Pound, she dumb. Like, she's really, really sadly stupid. And yeah, I do. In Bloom, wait, Teotis, yeah, there needs to be some kind of more broad range of education in our high schools. I mean, most people, I would think, have at least heard of diabetes as much, promotion as happens on the internet and magazines, newspapers. I mean, that's all they talk about, is diabetes, type 2 diabetes, blood sugar, all the stuff, insulin resistance. I mean, it's everywhere. And so to be as old as she looks like she is in her 20s at some point, and she don't know nothing about it, and she thinks this is STD. Okay, that's what you gonna do with that? What can you do with that? And I know, dude was just like too through. Yep, diabetes. She thinks it's a STD, Jim Dome. I wonder how long dude laughed. He probably couldn't even laugh because he was too astonished and probably was just so sad that he was with somebody who was so stupid. Now, this shit was funny. A friend of ours has 2 tickets for the Fiesta Bowl December 28th, Ohio State versus Clemson, both box seats. He paid $2,500 each, but he didn't realize when he bought them that it was going to be the same day as his wedding. If you're interested, he's looking for someone to take his place. It's at the Methodist Church in Dublin at 3 o'clock. The bride's name is Nicole. She's 5'4", about 115 pounds. Good cook, too. She'll be the one in the white dress. Oh, my God. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Dude, he got his $5,000 tickets, box seat tickets. Shit, I'd want to go too. If I was the bride, I'd be like, look, we need to postpone this shit. Let me go to this game with Home Skillet. After the game is over, we'll swing by the church and make this happen. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Okay, let's move on to the Savage Award. This is a Savage Award number 1. This lady says, buy him food, play with his hair, take him out on a date. We reciprocating, ladies. So she come back and say, well, suck his titties. And this other one says, lie to his face, play with his feelings. That's how we gonna reciprocate. I was like, ah, savage. Yeah, we reciprocating all right. And I'm like, what is this woman with this thing trying to get take him on a date and play with his hair and buy him food? Not in this lifetime. I know. Let's talk. Let's say no, we ain't. Exactly. Oh, it's all right, Sue. There'll be more to come. Not tonight though, but there will be. I'm gonna do something this weekend because I have one that I wanted to do it last night, but I was too tired. So it didn't happen. Okay, let's move on to DNN Savage Award number 2. When you send her a dick pic and she replies, move your thumb so I can see it. Oh my God. Move your thumb. Your thumb. She straight clown, dude. Look how he crying. Oh my God, that was so funny. I thought, man, my feelings are hurt for him. Oh my God. Okay, let's move on. Savage Award number 3. What you gonna give your mother-in-law for Christmas? Her son back. Oh, oh my God. What you gonna say to that? I mean, she just was so smooth with it too. Her son back. Like, I'm getting a divorce. That's what he said in Brown Sugar. Remember Tay Diggs at the table with Sanaa Lathan and his wife with that dude named Richard Lawson. Richard Lawson. And he tings the glass and he says, guess what? Guess what I'm getting? And he says, ding, 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 a divorce. And he said it just like that. I'll never forget that scene as long as I live. Oh, I don't know who these people are, Robin, but this one, she could definitely be my mentee because that shit was funny. All right. Yep. Return to sender, says Kimmy. Okay, here we go. DNN Savage Award number 4. Dudes be like, I'm cut from a different cloth. And she came back with, well, first of all, you a napkin. Oh my God. She was like slayed him. Like you think you some kind of you fabric or something. Yeah, nigga, you a paper napkin. You ain't nothing. Oh my God. I don't know. I just looked at that. I thought this is So cold blooded. If I was dude, I would feel like I was about an inch tall and a quarter of a microscopic millimeter high, and I would just go into deep hiding somewhere. It's like, oh, okay. And, yep, a cheap one from the 99-cent store. You know, the ones you can practically see through. Oh, okay, here we go. And the last slide of the evening, DNN Savage Award, number 5. This dude is like, how are we supposed to stop cheating on our girlfriends when we see these kind of, see such every day? And he's looking, these girls, and they all thick, and they got little tiny waists and hips and thighs and stuff, and they got a cute little face, nice little figure and everything. And girlfriend Tony come back and says, maybe just try doing what we do. When we see men with more money than y'all every day. Appreciate what you got and mind your damn business, she says. What's he gonna say to that? You broke motherfucker? All you can think about is getting your dick wet. We talking about some money. We talking about something that's tangible. And you talking about your dick. So we already on two different pages, but she just straight just slammed him. Maybe do what we do when we see men who got more money than you. And what is he going to say to that? What is he going to say except for, not much you could say to that. So he would have just had to shut up. But I hope you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh my, these people are just savage. I don't want any of these people that win these Savage Awards to get mad at me. Let me just put it that way. Because see, then I'd have to like go into my, my deep dark recesses and pull out all that hood and just, do some major comeback because I just couldn't stand for it. But I don't even want to try to do that because, they're younger than me and their mind might work faster than mine. And I'd just be sitting up there looking stupid, mad as hell. I'd come up with something, but still I might not come up with it fast enough. And so they are just cutthroat. Just not taking nothing from these people. And I was just like, wow. So what I want to do this weekend at some point, I won't be seeing my cousin until New Year's Eve. And we'll try to record something. I didn't go the other weekend when I said I was going to. I was just too tired. I just could not drive that distance. But I do want to bring all my stuff and record something when I go up there, New Year's Eve. I'll be up there a couple of days. And but for this weekend, I want to do a video that talks about um, the very first time when you see something amiss. The very first time, what is it that makes you ignore it? Why do you just excuse it? What is it that you're doing? And why are you doing it? Why do we as women make so many excuses for men's negative behavior towards us? So I want to kind of explore that, and that's on deck for this for this weekend. So look for that to be up either tomorrow or Sunday sometime, in the early afternoon at the latest. I have to give it a little more thought, but it's something, just looking at the advice column and looking at, some of the stuff that people say in the chat room and things that have been posted on the wall, on the YouTube wall, and I see all over Facebook as well. Women are way too forgiving, make way too many excuses for these dudes. And it's like, it's always this hopefulness that it's not as bad as you think it is. And then, of course, all it does is get worse. So that's what I want to talk about, and I want to explore, what it is that motivates us to do that to ourselves. It's not going to necessarily be a pretty video, but I think it's something that we need to talk about. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for sitting in with me tonight during the Dusty News Network here on the Debsterism channel on YouTube, simultaneously streaming on twitch.tv. I will see you guys very soon on this weekend. Go out and enjoy yourself. Make sure you become a subscriber to this channel if you aren't already, so you'll get a notification when the new content goes up. And I appreciate everyone's attendance, and I appreciate my super chat donations the most. I will definitely be headed over to the liquor store. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Lady Boss. Thanks, everyone, for coming. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.